Okay, Prof. So to get the program running, I'll invite the chairman for this quiz competition, Dr. Olugbamila Obi, to come and moderate the program. Over to you, Doc.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Our Honorable MC, the incoming National Public Relations Secretary. Thank you very much, sir, and to the whole house. This is the second edition of our quiz competition. And I'm glad to inform you this afternoon that we have 3 of our candidates that scaled through the exercise to this level. We started with the essay competition. We have 10 entries. That means 10 of our candidates, our students in our higher institution of learning that made entries. But unfortunately, only 3 of them are registered student members of the institution, because it is part of our criteria stroke requirement that any of the students that will be coming up here must be a registered student member of the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners. And we have only 3 of them out of the 10 entries that were received. And out of the 3 entries now, those that qualified, their essay was reviewed, scrutinized. And out of the 3 of them, we have Oluokun Odunola Grace came first in the essay competition. I thought you would join me by appreciating Oluokun Grace Odunola as I bring her up to the podium. She came first in the essay writing competition. I thought we can do better by appreciating her. And she is a student of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. At the second position in the essay writing competition goes to Ashiru Oluwanifemi, who is a student of Leeds City University. I thought you will assist me too by putting your hands together for Ashiru Oluwanifemi. And the third position goes to Ari John Ari, a student of Nasarawa State University. Now, straight to the assignment. The 3 of them will be competing this afternoon. And we have 4 sections of the questions. And our question covers planning law. We have general questions on planning. Then we have NITP related issues. And we have contemporary planning paradigms. Each question answered will carry 5 marks each. And I'm glad to inform us this afternoon that the best candidate out of the 3 will be going home with a sum of 150. We start from Oluokun Grace. Pick your question, you pick from 1 to 6. Question 2. The question says, the following are tools for enforcing housing standard except one of the following. The following are tools for enforcing housing standard. Please, let me say this. You have just 30 seconds. For each question. And when you miss the question, it becomes a bonus. Becomes a bonus to the next person. Question number 2. The following are tools for enforcing housing standard, except 1. Urban planning law. 2. Land use planning. 3. Zoning code. Then 4. Building regulation. Urban planning law, land use planning, zoning code, and building regulation.
Urban planning law.
Urban planning law, she's correct. Can we put our hands together for her? Ashiru Oluwafemi, your question.
4.
Question number 4. The question says the most recent statute on land tenure laws in Nigeria was promulgated in the year 1908, B 1946, C 1978, and D 1992. I take it again. The most recent statute on land tenure laws in Nigeria was promulgated in the year 1908, 1946, 1978, and 1992.
1992.
1992, that's correct. Can we put our hands together for him? The next question goes to Ari John Ari.
Question 6.
Question number 6. The question says the Nigeria Town and Country Planning Ordinance number 4 of 1948 made provisions for the following, except 1. Replanning of different parts of the country. B. Improvement of different parts of the country. C. Planning authorities. And D. Preparation of comprehensive development plan.
D.
Eh?
D.
D. Preparation of comprehensive development plan. E is correct. The next question now goes to Oluokun Grace. We have question number 1, question number 3, and question number 5 that is still outstanding.
Question number 3. 3.
Question number 3. The question is, the Lagos Town Planning Ordinance was established for the purpose of eradicating the endemic bubonic plague in A. 1908, B. 1918, C. 1982, and D. 1928.
1928.
1928, correct. Can we put our hands together? Next question goes to Ashiru Oluwanifemi.
Question number 5. 5.
Question number 5. The question said the powers and duties of planning authorities under the 1946 ordinance was reviewed in which year? A. 1954, 1960, 1963, and 1992. The powers and duties of planning authorities under the 1946 ordinance was reviewed in which year? 1954, 1960, 1963, and 1992.
1954. 1954.
Oh, I'm so sorry. The correct answer is 1992. The next question, which is the last question in this section, which is question number 1, goes to Ari John Ari. And the question reads, the Nigerian Urban Regional Planning Decree is captured under A. Decree number 86 of 1992. Decree number 78 of 1992. Decree number 88 of 1990. And D, none of the above.
A. A.
A. A says decree number 86 of 1992.
None of the above.
He has changed his mind. He said none of the above. And the correct answer for that question is D, none of the above. Now we have come to the end of the first section and the first round. Then we now go to the next section, which is NITP, Nigerian Town Planners Related Issues. Here we have 6 questions too. And the first question goes to Oluokun Grace. And you have options 1 to 6 to choose from.
Question 4.
Question number
4.
Question number 4 says, the National Council of Nigerian Town Planners included past presidents of the institute, yes or no? The National Council of the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners include the past presidents of the institute, yes or no?
Yes.
She said yes, and she's correct. The council is made up of the national executive members, the chairman of the different chapters, and past presidents of the institute. She's correct. Next question. Ashiru Oluwanifemi.
Question 2.
Question number 2 says, which of the following is not an elective position as contained in the 2021 review edition of the Constitution of Nigerian Town Planners in the Institute? A, second national vice president. B, executive secretary. C, second assistant national secretary. And D, national auditor. Which of the following is not an elective position as contained in the 2021 reviewed edition of the Constitution of NITP? A, second national vice president. B, executive secretary. C, second assistant national secretary. And D, national auditor.
National auditor.
A message. National auditor is an elective position as contained in the Constitution. The correct answer here is the executive secretary. Executive secretary is not an elective position as contained in our Constitution. The next question goes to Harry John Harry.
Question 6.
Question number 6. Whoever that will be admitted into any category of membership of the Institute as contained in the 2021 Review Constitution must have a planning background, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Sorry, please. The correct answer there is no. Say whoever that will be admitted into any category of membership of the Institute as contained in the 2021 Review Constitution must have a planning background. The answer is no. It's possible for you to have a planning background and not be a town planner. So if you are not a registered member of the Nigerian Town Planners, you cannot be a member of the council. Next question. Okay, we have question number 1, question number 3, and question number 5.
Question 5.
Question number 5. Question number 5 says, what is the full meaning of AWTPL?
Association of
Listen. She's so fast. She's a lady, a woman to be, and she wants to prove to us that she knows the meaning of AWTPL. The first one says, Association of Wives of Town Planners of Nigeria. B, Association of Women Town Planning of Nigeria. C, Association of Women Town Planners in Nigeria. And D, Association of Women in Town Planning of Nigeria. Your answer?
Association of Women Town Planners of Nigeria.
She's correct. The correct answer is Association of Women Town Planners in Nigeria. I thought the women in the house will clap for her. The next question.
Question 3.
Question number 3. The following are key objectives of the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners, except one of the following. 1. The advancement of town planning education, training, research, and practice. B. Regulation, accreditation, and certification of planning education in Nigeria. C. The dissemination of town planning information through conference, seminars, meetings, exhibitions, and publication. And D. Establishment and enforcement of a code of operational practice and conduct for town planning practitioners in Nigeria. Okay, I take the options. First one say advancement of town planning education, training, research, and practice. Regulation, accreditation, and certification of planning education in Nigeria. Dissemination of town planning information through conference, seminars, meetings, exhibitions, and publication. And D, establishment and enforcement of code of operational practice and conduct for town planning practitioners in Nigeria.
C.
The correct answer there is B. And that is regulation, accreditation, and certification of planning education in Nigeria, which is the responsibility of TopRec and not one of the objectives of town planning. I thought you would clap for me. Then the last question, question 1, goes to Ari. If Ari didn't get this question, by the power conferred on me, I will send him out of this hall. And the question says, the current president of the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners is A. Town Planner Olutoyin Ayinde. B. Town Planner Nathaniel Atebije. C. Town Planner Steve Onu. D. Town Planner Wahid Kadiri.
B. Town Planner Nathaniel Atibiji.
Town Planner Nathaniel Atebije is correct. We have equally come to the end of the second section of this program, of this quiz competition. Then the next one, which is section C, is contemporary planning paradigms. And we have just 4 questions in this section. That means we will answer just one, and we move to the next section. We have question 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oluokun Grace, make your choice.
Question number 4.
Question number
4.
Question number 4 says the Sustainable Ibadan Project, SIP, is an application of the Sustainable Ibadan Project is an application of A, environmental planning and management process. B, sustainable city concept. C, sustainable city process. And D, urban renewal approach. The Sustainable Ibadan Project is an application of A, environmental planning and management process. B, sustainable city concept. C, sustainable city process. And D, urban renewal approach.
I'll go for A.
She goes for A, and A is the correct answer. Environmental planning and management process. Next question to Ashiru Oluwanifemi.
Question 1.
Question number
1.
1. Question number 1 says, which of the following is regarded as a smart city? Lagos, A. B, Singapore. C, Johannesburg. And D, Mexico City. Which of the following is regarded as a smart city? Lagos, Singapore, Johannesburg, and Mexico City.
Singapore.
The correct answer is Singapore, and it's correct. We have question number 2 and 3 for you to pick
3.
from. Question number 3. The question reads, the World Commission on Environment and Development Report, 19 87 was titled what? A, our common future. B, our common heritage. C, environment and development report. And D, urban environment report.
C.
C. I'm sorry to say that the correct answer for that question is A, our common future. I thought you would clap for the quiz master. I want to invite our timekeeper and recorder to let us know the number of questions that we have, so that we know the numbers remaining. How many questions have we taken? Mike.
Yes, for Grace Oluokun, she had attended 5 questions.
5.
The same goes to Harry as well as Ashiru.
Okay, sir.
5 questions each.
All right. We have limited time. I've been given the first warning. I'll still wait for the second and the third one. Now we go to general questions in planning. And we have 12 questions here. Number 1 to 12. We start with Oluokun Grace.
Question 10.
Question number 10. Question number 10. Dash theory. Listen very well. Dash theory is the model that posits that distribution of facilities follows a hierarchical order. Dash theory is a theory that posits or postulates that distribution of facilities follow a hierarchical order. A, growth pole. B, central place. C, growth center. And D, Keynesian theory. A, growth pole. B, central place. C, growth center. And D, Keynesian theory.
Keynesian.
Eh? The correct answer to that question is the central place theory. It's a theory that postulates that distribution of facilities follows a hierarchical order. Ashiru Olugbenga, Ashiru Oluwanifemi, your question.
Number 8.
Eh? Question number 8. The dash is a substantial planning theory. Dash, that is one of the following, is a substantial planning theory. A, Keynesian theory. B, utopianism theory. Oh, sorry, please pick another question. Pick another question. Another number.
4.
Question number 4. As well, there is a mix-up in that question. Question number 4. Dash is not a theory of planning. 1, advocacy theory. B, the central place theory. C, rational comprehensive theory. And D, mixed scanning theory. Advocacy theory, central place theory, rational comprehensive planning, and mixed scanning theory.
Rational theory.
The correct answer there is the central place theory. So sorry, a message. John Harry, your question.
Question 2.
Question number
2.
2.
Yes.
Question number 2. The term city magnet was popularized by 1, Louis Kibu. B, Patrick Geddes. C, Ebenezer Howard. And D, Le Corbusier.
B.
B what? He picked B, and B says Patrick Geddes. But the correct answer is Ebenezer Howard. You are not clapping for the quiz master. Thank you, those that have clapped for me. Yes, the next question goes to Oluokun.
Question 8.
Question number 8 is gone.
6.
Question number 6. Theories of planning relate to all of the following, except Theories of planning relate to all of the following except the planning environment. That's A. B. The form of planning. C. The goal of planning. And D. The procedure of planning. A. The planning environment. B. The form of planning. C. The goal of planning. And D. The procedure of planning.
B.
Unfortunately, the correct answer there is C. The goal of planning. Next question to Ashiru Oluwanifemi.
5. Question 5.
Question number 5. Theories of planning are otherwise known as dash planning theory. Theories of planning are otherwise known as dash planning theories. A. Procedural. B. Perspective. C. Substantive. And D. Normative. Procedural, perspective, substantive, and normative.
Procedural.
Procedural. That's the correct answer. Please clap for him. Next question goes to Ari John Ari.
Number 3. Question number 3. 3.
Question number 3. City magnets are otherwise known as A. Centripetal forces. B. Centrifugal forces. C. Dynamic forces. And D. Forces of repulsion.
A.
A. Centripetal forces. That's the correct answer. Please let's clap for Ari John Ari. Oluokun Grace, your last question. We have question 1, question 7, question 9, question 11.
Question 1.
Question number 1. Urban and regional planning is a science because A. It involves scientific experiments. B. It embraces science subjects. C. It is procedural. And D. It is complex. A says it involves scientific experiments. B. It embraces science subjects. C. It is procedural. And D. It is complex. What time is going?
A.
Eh?
A.
A, it says it involves scientific experiment. That is no. Urban and regional planning is a science because it is procedural. Thank you. In short, I clap for you. Thank you very much. Your question, Ashiru Oluwanifemi.
11.
Question number 11. Dash is the theory that postulates that economic growth cannot take place all over a region, all at once. I take it again. Dash is the theory that postulates that economic growth cannot take place all over a region, all at once. A. Growth pole theory. B. Central place theory. C. Growth center. And D. Keynesian theory.
D. D.
Be audible now. Let them hear you.
D. D.
E.
D. D.
D. D. Say it louder. Let's hear you.
D.
He said D. The correct answer there is the growth pole theory. That is a theory that says that economic growth cannot take place all over a place, all over a region, all at once. Your question, John Ari.
Question number 6.
Question number 6 is gone. We have question number 7, question number 9.
Question number 9.
Question number 9. Very cheap question. The minimum population of an urban center in Nigeria. This is the last question, sir. The minimum population of an urban center in Nigeria is A. 2,500, B. 5,000, C. 10,000, and D. 20,000.
20,000.
Eh?
20,000.
Please, let's hear you.
20,000.
20,000. I thought we were clapping for him. That is the correct answer. I want to appreciate one of us for our time. for taking our time to sit down to listen to our students. I want to call our recorder, our timekeeper, to give us the outcome of the quiz competition. Town planner, Dr. Olufayo, please come up.
Thank you very much, sirs and ma'ams. At the end of the quiz competition, Grace Olokun was able to score 25 marks. And Oluwanifemi Ashiru scored 15 marks, while John Harry had a score of 20 marks. Thank you very much.
Once again, I want to appreciate every one of us for our time. And we've heard from our recorder that the first position goes to Oluokun Adunola Grace. I can see it's only the women that are clapping for her. Then the second position goes to Ari John Ari. Then the third position goes to Ashiru Oluwanifemi. Unfortunately, we don't have anybody from the southeastern part. Two of them from the southwestern part, and one from the northern block. I want to believe that next year we have a good and better representation. I have the honor of bringing to the podium this afternoon the second assistant national president as he come forward to make the presentation. Second vice.
Competition. The other, this one is for the quiz. This one is okay. Yeah, good afternoon or evening to our past president here, fellows of the Institute, and my colleagues. This is a wonderful exercise. You agree with me? And it shows that we are making progress in the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners. From the moderator's comment, we have done this competition was done in 2 stages. The first stage was the National Essay Writing Competition, which was done before the quiz. So we have 2 sets of certificates for the candidates. We want to start with the National Essay Writing Competition. And here with me, we have John Harry taking the third position in the National Essay Writing Competition. A round of applause for him, ladies and gentlemen. That is a wonderful performance. For the National Essay Writing Competition, we have the second position taken by Ashiru Oluwafemi. Congratulations. Congratulations. Then the first position is taken by Oluoku Grace. Congratulations. Well, I won't say this is a surprise to me, but then I don't know whether to say it is wrong to say transgender. Otherwise, I would have joined the women. So congratulations once more. Then for the national quiz competition, which was done just now, and the results was given to us before this. For the third position, we have Ashiru Oluwafemi. A round of applause for him. Okay. For this position, the prize is 70,000 naira. With the certificate, and later on, we give him more books to read, so that when he comes back for the next one, he's going to do better. Thank you. So congratulations. Then the money will be transferred into your account. If this man does not send the money, let me know. Then the second position taken by John Harry. Congratulations. Then the money attached to this prize is 100,000 naira. A round of applause for him, ladies and gentlemen. Then the first position women, can you start clapping? Just start clapping. So, thank you very much, my fellow women. Taken by Oluoku Grace. A round of applause for her. That is wonderful. Congratulations. Congratulations. The prize attached to this is 150,000 naira. Then NITP Publications, we go to her as well as the second position. So thank you very much. Women are now leading. And maybe we are hoping one of these days a woman will be chairman of the College of Fellows. So I think there's any other. Okay, pictures. Who's taking that? Photograph for Dr. No. Yes, sir. Can you help us with the pictures? Or is there anybody? There's a picture. Photograph. Come. Say, I talk and say women. Their matter not the end. Oh yeah, come and say what you want to say. Absolutely. So,
Please, good afternoon, everybody. And permit me to stand on the existing protocol. We would just want to say we're proud of our young planner, and we hope that she'll have a very, very good career and a life with planning. So in view of her performance, we just want to give her a token of 100,000 naira.
Good afternoon, all protocols observed. On behalf of the FCT chapter, we are giving her also 100,000 naira.
okay. So take a photograph of the women. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Our women, we are very proud of you for this wonderful presentation. We are grateful and for you encouraging the young ones. Next time, we'll make sure we men will beat you. Thank you, and thank you once more.
Okay. Can we have another round of applause for our students? No, that's not it. Can we have a round of applause for our students? Another round of applause for our students. Okay, so we thank Professor Kislo Boy for coming up to do the award to the students. Also thank the Education Committee for coordinating the quiz competition. Next on our agenda, we have the innovation team. The innovation team will come up to make their presentation. So I'll call on the chairman of innovation team, Zainab Gajiga, to call with our team to make their presentation. Zainab and our team, it's your time now. And you have just 45 minutes to make your presentation so that I'll move to the next program. 45 minutes. And we found this on the floor. It's an ATM card, GTB card. If you lost your ATM card, you contact me or the PRS. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Standing on the existing established protocol, I am Town Planner Zainab Gajiga, the team lead for the NITP Innovation Team. It has been a 2-year journey from Asaba, and here we are again, once again in Enugu. And I would like to present my team before you. Dr. Chris, Town Planner Dr. Chris, sorry sir. Town Planner Rashid, Town Planner Robert Williams, Dr. Town Planner Dr. Ijova, Town Planner Christian, Town Planner Theophilus Usman. Well, the innovation team is a committee of the NITP, saddled with the responsibility of coming up with innovative ways of planning, using smart technologies, and name it. This year, our topic will be The topic for this year is integrating smart technology. Integrating smart technology for cultural heritage in planning. The slide is not up. Please, sorry for the little delay. Okay, please, first of all, I would like to welcome Dr. Town Planner Ijoma to give us an introduction of the topic.
Please, mind my height because of the podium. Please permit me to stand on existing protocols. I'm Town Planner Dr. Mrs. Onyejekwe, and I have mentored the innovation team for some months now for their presentation. Our work is specific on the preservation, conservation, and promotion of heritage monuments and sites. Thank you. The importance of our monuments, heritage, and sites cannot be overemphasized. For so long, we have left our monuments, our heritage, and sites to deteriorate. These heritage, monuments, and sites are very important for socio-economic development. Again, our paradigms in planning does not include the intelligence or indigenous knowledge systems that are in these heritage monuments and sites. Our ancestors or forefathers have lived in harmony with the environment to develop these paradigms that we ought to have used in our planning schemes. Aside from this, there are also opportunities that come with the preservation of cultural heritage sites. Irrespective of all this, what we face today is destruction of our monument, heritage, and sites. For example, the destruction of Ilojoba some years ago. We also have the destruction of the Kano City walls. All these are declared national monument sites and not just proposed. The more we continue to destroy these things, we continue to destroy our tangible evidence to our intangible histories. We begin to destroy economic prowess of the ancestors or people before us. So, what can this offer to us? As town planners is an innovation in our studies, in our curriculum, to be able to expand our professions, not only in town planning, but also in tourism, preservation, and restoration of monuments. What did the innovation team do? What they did is a documentation, which is the first step of heritage monuments and sites in Enugu State. This is the first step you need to take if you're going to go into the preservation of monuments, heritage, and sites. Once you can locate this using the GPS, you can develop, you can study and develop paradigms that you can use in your planning schemes. Please, I want to welcome the innovation team to present to you what they have been able to achieve in the last few months. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you all. The Innovation Team 2024 embarked on a laudable project, integrating smart technologies into heritage preservation in planning. Planning has been centered on issues of planning administration and development control for too long. We need to expand our horizon. Expanding our horizon goes into looking at conservation techniques for heritage sites.
We have Nigeria is blessed with abundance of heritage, but we are not tapping into these resources. Planners should be heading issues of iconomos, but we have neglected that, and architects and other professionals have been feeding fat from this. The issue of heritage cannot be overflowed. We must continue to begin to think as Africans, how best can we showcase ourselves? The issue of driving towards Eurocentric approaches must be played down a little. We must begin to think Afrocentric. Thinking Afrocentric in the form of thinking what best can we do to maximize our God-given potentials. We have abundance of resources, from lakes to waterfalls, to mountains, to caves. What have you? We are blessed. And the world will be able to attract millions of dollars into Nigeria if we harness the resources given to us in heritage conservation and preservation. This goes a long way into tourism planning and development, which we as planners only take that as just a cost and move on with our lives. We must tap into these potentials. In the last 5 decades, the world has increasingly supported the identification and protection, conservation and presentation and transmission of heritage for prosperity. The United Nations, UNESCO, are at the forefront of conserving heritage. We are planners in this, we are the backbench. But planners are supposed to be at the forefront in managing and conserving our natural environment. This issue, which have been boiling the innovation team, that we want to bring this at the forefront, at the front burner, for we to see the relevance why planners must take their rightful position in heritage conservation. These have been supported by international conventions which aim to safeguard historic settlements and cultural landscape. As Igbos, as Yoruba, as Hausas, as Tivis, as Urobos, we all have our natural heritage that we need to preserve. The United Nations have seen in many African countries that our heritage are going to go on extinct. Just like a few years ago, the United Nations predicted that 50 years' time, there will be no Igbo, the Igbo language will go on extinct. We need to start thinking home, how best we can preserve our heritage. We shouldn't just leave it as, oh, it doesn't belong to me, how can I be communicating? If you go back, look deep into our children right now. Our children do not, I'm also a victim. Our children do not even speak Igbos again in our homes, do not speak Yorubas and do not speak Hausa or TVs or Urobo or Ijo. We speak English. We are forgetting our heritage. But these people we are adopting their language have their own culture, have their attributes which they preserve. We need to look into that as Africans and preserve our heritage, preserve ourselves. This makes us who we are. Identify among the global discourse. There have been various acts, like the World Heritage Convention of 1972, the Bura Charter of 1981. There have been so many acts which have been talking about the conservation of heritage. We really need to look at that. The United Nations have predicted there are various threats to heritage sites in Nigeria, particularly in Enugu State. Threat identifiers are which we must look into as planners to ensure these issues are minimized to their barest minimum. Under appreciation by the state government, we as planners have not really marketed the issues of conservation to administrators. These have led to land use conversions, which we are #1 culprit on this. Conversion of heritage sites to accommodate other land uses. We preach about conservation and preservation, but how much are we doing that? In the quest for urbanization, in the quest of population sprawl, in the quest to manage other forms of resources, other forms of land use, we have continued to convert our land uses, which reduces our identity. Poor preservation techniques and maintenance. Our heritage sites have been neglected. Nobody thinks about it. Nobody talks about it. If we do a survey here, not up to 5 persons here will be able to mention 2 or 3 heritage sites he or she has visited in his own locality. But we want to go to Hollywood, California, to see Disneyland. But we want to go to what have you in China, in this. But we have our own, which we are not working better for them. Poor branding of heritage sites. The last time in 2012, I was at the Ezeagu Tourist Complex. It was a beautiful sight to behold. In Enugu right here, it was a beautiful sight to behold. The wonderful landscape, the wonderful cave, waterfall and everything. This area, we could see that there is high level of deterioration. There is high level of deterioration. And we really need to look at this. The Enugu State chapter and the planners in Enugu State must create conscious effort in managing this heritage. Weak legislative enforcement, lack of political will. These are shown in our everyday lives. We need to be conscious. When we make plans, we should follow it to the barest minimum. The legal and policy framework. Right here, I will call on my colleague, Town Planner Robert Williams, to continue with this. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Town Planner Robert Williams. Particularly, heritage sites, Enugu is blessed with many heritage sites. And these heritage sites are categorically divided into 3 categories, which are the colonial buildings, which we have here in Enugu State. We have the cultural landmarks, which are areas of cultural and religious importance to the communities. And we also have the natural heritage sites like the Ohum waterfall, the Udi Hills, amongst others. Funny enough, the Urban Regional Planning Law has made provisions for the protection of heritage sites. And the law has provided certain instruments that will help to ensure that heritage sites are protected. For example, the law has stated that certain buildings that are gazetted, and those buildings should be preserved, and those buildings cannot be demolished without necessary approvals from the planning authorities, the ministry, and also the various national agencies that take charge of heritage, make heritage policies for the state and for the country. The Urban Regional Planning Law has also made provisions that to provide for zoning, which prevents development that will hamper or be harmful to the heritage sites close to them should be done away with. And the law also allows for the public participation, the community where those heritage sites are sited, and the stakeholders to always come together and take decisions as to favor the support the viability of the heritage sites. Also, the Ministry of Fiscal Planning in Enugu State is to work with the relevant National Commission, to work with the National Commission for Museum to ensure that we identify, document, preserve these sites in accordance to the Urban Regional Planning laws and the frameworks provided. In essence, heritage sites can be protected, and our laws has made provisions for these sites to be protected. It is time that the planning authorities we have, the planning bodies we have, should go beyond just approval of plans. We should look beyond that and to ensure that we also spread our tentacles to protect heritage sites within our localities. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. I am Town Planner Theophilus Usman Lewis, and I'm going to take you through the methodology for this project. Well, integrating smart technologies to heritage sites takes a multi-pronged approach because it involves documentary analysis of the existing heritage sites. We went on field survey because we had to physically experience this place to be able to get more qualitative information about the area. And then we also had interviews with the residents, the communities where these heritage sites are domiciled. Because there's always going to be someone within these communities that has been equipped with the knowledge of the inception of that place from its creation to, and the history that traces down from that very heritage site. And also our visit was also enabled us to get geographical data about the place. And then when we brought all those information, we were able to harmonize them, have a comprehensive database of these heritage sites. The study seeks to explore the challenges and opportunities of heritage conservation within the context of rapid urbanization. We are in a global village now, and there are a lot of emerging trends. And these trends threaten what have been ancient, because we tend to replace our heritage with the emerging trends. If, for instance, you find yourself in a place like China, even if you were not conveyed here, you were blindfolded, and at the end of the day they unfold you, you'll be able to know that yes, you are in China, because there are some things you can relate to. The same thing with Russia, the same thing in India. But if you are in Nigeria, well, the only thing I can say for us is maybe our cultural attire, because everyone here today is dressed in one cultural attire or the other. So that is that's a plus for us. The research design is exploratory and descriptive, allowing for in-depth investigation for both historical and contemporary issues related to heritage. So the documentary analysis forms the foundation of the study. For what makes heritage sites very fascinating is the background story behind the heritage sites. So we did our research to get as much information as we possibly can about these heritage sites. So there were critical issues we considered when carrying out this study. One is the proximity to the heritage sites. How accessible are these sites? Secondly is familiarity with cultural heritage conservation. The third is perception of heritage conservation of the states. The fourth is importance of conserving Enugu's heritage. The fifth is how best to showcase the rich heritage of the states. And then the fifth is how do we make these sites a tourism destination? It's one thing to have a heritage site, but it's another thing to brand it, to make it known for people to be able to access it and experience it. So what are the planning, urgent planning interventions we consider? We understand that planning without data or information, especially geospatial information, leads to inefficient plans, unjustified development, waste of resources, and even demolition of these heritage sites. So if there are no information out there about these places, how then will you preserve it? You best preserve it if the whole world knows about it, if it's accessible to it. You know, the UNESCO, what they do is, if there are heritage sites like this, they recognize it, and when it's being gazetted, the whole world knows about this place, and then funds are being released for the preservation of these sites. But if the locations or the existence of these sites are unknown, it will be very difficult to preserve it because people won't even be able to relate to their relevance. And that is where the demolition starts and it becomes underappreciated. But when it's being projected, everyone begins to appreciate it and they even begin to protect it. And lack of information is a major contribution to non-adherence of physical development plans. Now, for instance, if you have your local plan readily accessible to the public, it makes it easier to maintain that plan because somebody will be able to tell you that it's supposed to be a school here or a church here. But if these informations are not there, whatever they see, they take. So the same thing goes for heritage sites. If the knowledge about these sites are not there, then how best will you be able to protect it when people don't even know about it or they don't even know the significance of having it there in the first place? It makes it very easy for conversion or demolition to give way for new things. Because in an urban fabric, things like this, they will always look at the economic aspect of things like this. If it's not yielding any economic benefit, they would justify the need to even demolish it and replace it with something new, maybe a supermarket or something. So for this reason, we went out to identify some heritage sites within the states. We got this information, which includes the exact location, their physical description and setting, cultural attributes, significance and value, history and associated festival of these heritage sites. Well, I would have included them on the slide for you to see, but I wanted you to experience the innovation behind what we did. So this year's planning intervention is inspired by GIS technologies such as Google Earth, Esri ArcGIS, Global Markets, Global Mapper, and the likes, as they have made our life easier by providing us first-hand information about physical places even before we get there. So let's take a look at this. This is an information about this event center. We got this information, even like me, for instance, I've never been to Enugu before, but knowing the name of the event center, I was able to go online, browse it, see the proximity from my hotel, even look at the future of the existing development, the events. Okay. All right, we were able to get the information about this place. And so then the idea struck. What if we do the same thing for heritage sites in a way that we put them out there on the map that makes it easily accessible, that potential tourists can be able to have a feel about this place, experience it, get some background information about the place, know the locality, and even some fascinating stories about the place before even going there. So that was the idea for what I'm about to show you. So this, inspired by this, we were able to develop a database because these days, mostly all the apps that are being developed are based on data. And there is no time that data mining is so important as the current times we are now. So this was what we were able to create with the site. We had a website where you could visit and get the information, the location of these sites. So because I can't access them now, we had a QR code, which I believe have been shared to each and every one of us to scan and then have a feel of the site. The site is still a work in progress, but we'll continue to feed it more information as time progresses. Then this is also the QR code showing the location of the sites and every information that we've been able to gather for this project. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the innovation team, we've come to the end of our presentation, but we're seeking for observation and question from the audience. If you have any for us, please. We have very limited time to be on the stage, so please, we could make it very snappy. Okay, we have 3 people. Please, let's make it very snappy. The man behind Town Planner Chinedu. Yes, you. There's no mic. No mic. I don't know if it's working. Please. Are those ones working too?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thank you for a wonderful presentation. What caught my fancy is the heritage. And looking from my experience to what is, in the other climes abroad, my question is this: is the heritage we are preserving intended to be integrated into planning only meant to preserve what is ancestral? Or should this heritage be moved into creativity, into being heritage of creativity? What I mean there is that just as you have mentioned in your presentation, there are some innovations that when you are in China, as you mentioned, you don't need to be told that this is China because of the uniqueness of their creation. And that defines the heritage. So are we rather more of preserving what is ancestral, or rather that we should propagate that which will be more creative in our innovation? That's when we should be more innovative, imbibing creativity into our heritage. There should be an identification that whatever we do defines the uniqueness for us.
Is that all for your question?
Yes.
Okay, Town Planner Chinedu, let's have your question.
Yes, thank you. Standing on the existing protocols, I want to thank the innovation team. People have done well, but
sir.
have something to put in. Just as Dr. Chris said, conservation. Is it only for valleys, caves, or mountains? I think it should go beyond that. If we look back in our various villages and some of the catchment areas to urban areas, there are sites for shrines. So I want to advocate for we town planners, if we are making our schemes, if we are making our layout plans, let's try to incorporate such sites. We can incorporate it into our recreational